Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, there's a quick thing that I gotta do here, or quick, fun, exciting moment. Remember when Eli Lilly and company had a fake Eli Lilly and company tweet that was created by a Hasanabi head, I think, actually? The "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." This is one of the best stories of all time. Yesterday, Eli Lilly and Company, which is not a real account, despite the fact that when you look at it, it looks real. Company that makes insulin someone decided to impersonate them with a verified badge and say, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." And everybody, was in on the meme for the most part, laughed about it, whatever, except Eli Lilly was not in on the meme. And, they had some issues with that. So they apologized.
We saw handfuls of heartbreaking responses from people elated about the news before they then realized that, in fact, it was fake.
And here it is. Eli Lilly lost, down 11.97, 3.34%. That's billions of dollars over the course of a few days. Okay. Elon Musk's new pay-for-play verification system on Twitter shook the pharmaceutical mainstay Eli Lilly. That's a banger. That's a great ROI, dude, right there. $8. One-time payment for $8, and you get back billions in tanking stocks, dude. They have now recommended its clients pause spending on Twitter, citing the potential serious implications for advertising on the platform since Elon Musk's takeover last month. And that $8 tweet, because that person had bought a Twitter Blue subscription, cost Eli Lilly $15 billion in market cap. It eventually led to an insulin price cap. I think we can safely call this the greatest shit post in the history of the internet. Eli Lilly will now cap the out-of-pocket cost of insulin at $35 a month, the drug maker says. There are more details on this as well, but it's only on Eli Lilly insulin. It's not on all insulin, obviously. But yes, Eli Lilly has announced that it is cutting its insulin
drug
prices.
Maker Eli Lilly announcing it's cutting the list price of its most commonly prescribed,
which allows the diabetics in this community to buy a $5 a month subscription with further ease, especially to avoid the top of the hour ad break. I'm a type 1 diabetic and Carl Jacobs already got me. Well, you've already subscribed to me, so doesn't seem like it matters. All right, let's take a look at the rest of it. Isn't this just all insulin under Medicare? No, that's IRA. Biden's IRA price caps all insulin under Medicare at $35. But Eli Lilly on top of that is saying that if you have private insurance, you will have your most commonly prescribed insulin from Eli Lilly. If you have Eli Lilly insulin, it'll be capped at $35.
prescribed insulin by 70% and capping out-of-pocket costs at $35 a month.
Such a relief. It's a huge, significant step in making this disease manageable.
Anne-Marie Gibson's sons both use Eli Lilly insulin for their diabetes. They spoke to NBC News in December as costs in America soared for the life-saving drug.
I'm so angry. It's exhausting.
In January, the Inflation Reduction Act imposed a monthly cap on insulin costs for seniors on Medicare, but millions of younger diabetics were still paying much higher rates.
It seems like they're self-regulating to avoid actual legislation passing because there's finally some momentum in Congress for drug caps. That's probably one of the reasons for it. This is the exact same thing that Amazon did. If you recall, when Bernie Sanders wanted to do legislation that singled out Amazon, which was raise the Amazon wages to $15 act or whatever, $15 an hour act or whatever it was. Amazon made the move on its own internally so that they could actually wire it internally and reconfigure their pay structure by still technically cutting benefits from workers, benefits such as a fat compensation package that allowed you to get additional stock price, additional stocks from the company, for example. So companies do this kind of thing in the face of legal scrutiny because they want to make sure that it's not done in a way that actually harms the profit margins, which is hilarious because this is what we talk about all the time. Price leadership happens in this industry as well, which means other brands will most likely follow suit too. But yeah, it's the government, even under the threat that the government is going to do something, corporations will turn around and take actions in their hands. Anyway, David Dayen Interesting, he explains the delay on the list price cuts to late 2023. It's meant to fend off the inflation cap in the IRA. So in this sense, policy working beyond its narrow public mechanism and out into the private market. Correction to one part of this is actually an American Rescue Plan proposal that eliminated the cap on Medicaid drug rebates. It's not the IRA inflation policy. It's a change of the Medicaid inflation cap that was passed in 2021 as a part of the American Rescue Act and scheduled to go into effect in 2024. Part of what was used to finance the ARA. We get the implications, but materialists will help a significant portion of the country, right? Yes, it does. It is tremendous. It's incredible. It's really good. I love it. I'm a fan. Okay. You will never catch me saying that this is a bad thing. It's a good thing. And it is directly related to congressional action. As we talk about all the time, legislators act, companies react.
The move comes after years of political and
Let's get more of this going.
patient pressure.
I think we all have heard enough about insulin affordability. Here in America, we should be able to solve this problem ourselves.
Eli Lilly's cap automatically applies to people with private insurance. Those without coverage will be eligible as long as they sign up for a savings card through the company. But only about 30% of the nation's 8.4 million diabetics who rely on insulin get it from Eli Lilly.
Do you expect to see the other drug makers following suit?
I certainly hope that they do. I think that in general, all of the insulins that the drug manufacturers make should be affordable and accessible.
Today, insulin makers Sanofi and Novo Nordisk pointed to their own savings plans for participants. For mom Anne-Marie Gibson, today is a good start to saving lives.
Rationing insulin gets scary. Some people die.
I need your help with the lighting. It's like super blown out again.
Now face a future where a vital prescription won't carry such a hefty price. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News.